What's up, everyone? Aubrey Trades here with an afternoon trade recap. Now, there were some opportunities that presented themselves, so we're going to go over them, and I ended up closing the day out up about $128 from the morning, where we were closing out at about -5. So pretty good, if I do say so myself. Now, we'll get into what caused that, primarily LUSI, but also a nice little win on any and small loss on DTST. So we'll get right into it. On any, we'll start with that one. I ended up playing for the VWAP reclaim off this bounce, off of a support level. What is that support level? Why is it relevant? Well, if we go down to this weekly chart here, and the last time it ran, we can see around here in October 2019, we had a run, and it topped out around 870. And if we zoom in here, we can see, oh, look at this, right around 870. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I took my position there. Threw my stop loss at the low of the candle and was riding it for the VWAP reclaim. I ended up closing it out a little early because I just didn't want to wait into this chop. That's on me though, because it did ended up touching VWAP. I could have made my goals and this could have been a $10, $15 winner. Whatever. That's fine. It's okay. But the important thing is I had a plan for the trade. I traded the plan. And I took nice, safe, easy profits. Same for DTST, which could have been a winner, but it was the end of the day, and I was kind of being a little degen-y, just trying to catch little small scalps. I missed the pop over VWAP, so I thought I would get in on the dip, because sometimes you see these things where they pop, but then they kind of retrace VWAP before running again. And a problem that I have is I'll see the pop and I'll be like, wow, that's so awesome. And then I'll buy at the top of the pop, and then I'll have to hold through the pullback, and then I'm just like, oh. And it's so much harder to hold when you're in the red, right? Even if you're right. So I waited, but there was a little bit of a spread, so I did end up still buying the top of the pop. That's all right, though. It's whatever. Ended up getting stopped out because I wanted to risk the low of the candle, and I did get stopped out by 1 cent. This, closed lower. Whatever. Got back in on the confirmation, sold too soon. My sell was at 509. Look at this, bottom of the candle. This got to 519. Another one. This was an 80-cent loss. This could have been like a $2, $3 winner. Fine, whatever. Let's talk about the main attraction, LUSI. LUSI in the sky with diamonds. This was a runner from the morning, multiple hundreds of percents. I mean, this thing opened at 25 cents, right? Got to a high of 96. And I called this out in the morning recap video as a watch for the afternoon potential OTC swizzle pattern, which is basically a VWAP hold high at daybreak. This purple line is VWAP right here, right? So hanging around, hold in VWAP, right? This would have been a sick entry, but 9:15 is kind of midday for me, so I'm not really trading. But I liked that it was uptrending. I liked that it made a small higher high and then a higher low, right? And then we had this consolidation zone, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, with the last 3 5-minute candles being nice and tightly ranged. So I ended up buying on the pop over the whole moving average. VWAP and whole moving average are my two intraday indicators that I like to use. Buying on the pop, I got about 74 cents was my fill, roughly. So it's kind of right around here. Through my stop here, and I just wanted to let it work. Was it a little earlier than power hour? Sure, but sometimes 11:15, 11:30 could be fair game for these sort of secondary runs. And I just kind of let it work, and holding it for 30 minutes, that's a long hold for me. That is a long hold for me. So that's fine. I missed, the 96 cent rip. That whatever. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? But this was my conviction. I mean, you had the consolidation here. You had the good candle. The volume was increasing. We had a crazy good volume candle the next 5 minutes, so that was really promising. Overall, really proud of how this trade ended up working out. And more so than ending the day making over $100, which is better than a lot of my green days, so whatever. But more importantly than that is the fact that every single one of the trades was a trade that I planned out. I was prepared for it. I was ready. I had a stop. I had a risk level, and I wasn't just YOLOing or throwing way too much size into the trades. Every single big loss that I have taken, every max loss that I've taken, is always because I just get lizard brain, and I'm just oh my god, I gotta buy 1,000 shares, it's gonna go to the moon, on SPRT. I did that a couple times, and then I end up taking a max loss before an appropriate risk level because I'm just way too oversized, because listed stocks have wider range, whatever, or I'm just taking random trades. It's fine. But so I'm glad to be green, and it just is more evidence that if I follow my rules and I use my risk management system, things work out. They have a tendency to work out. If I don't follow my rules and I ignore my risk management system, I take fat, heavy losses. So just really got to drill that into my brain. Anyway, tomorrow's Friday, so top watch out of the gate is going to be LUSI. See if this continues. Although fading off into the close, I think maybe is more likely to get a panic. I'd love to see a panic down to the 50 cent range for a bounce back into the 70s. That'd be really, really great. Otherwise, I'll be looking at MTRT, still worth watching. GMPR just gave it all up. So definitely worth seeing what GMPR does tomorrow. That was crazy. And then here's the let's go to the daily chart actually. Down, red candle on this day. Back over 10. Back over 10, I think there might be some action left in GMPR. Remember, all-time highs of 15 cents, or 52s anyway. Worth keeping an eye on. And APOP's got some afternoon news. Bone marrow transplantation of first patient in U.S. Sent this thing from 550 all the way up to 870. So keep an eye out for any continuation going into tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. If you got value out of this video, please, please, please hit that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what other type of content you want to see from this channel. If you had any great trades, let me know. We can celebrate our wins together. In the meantime, I will be back tomorrow morning with another pre-market prep video where I go over the runners that are showing up on the morning scanner, as well as any other trade ideas that I'm keeping an eye out for. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Aubrey. I'll see you in the next video.